Next up on SmackDown was an extremely entertaining backstage spot with the New Day and The Bar. I don't even know what they were talking about. All I can remember is that Big E decides to get a bottle of baby oil out and just start rubbing it on his chest all slowly, and I'm just laughing my ass off. I fucking love Big E. Sheamus goes on to challenge, I guess, Xavier Woods. Big E thinks he's challenging him and gets in his face and starts screaming and going wild. And I'm telling you, man, Big E, I am such a big fan of his. I think he can be so fucking hilarious, licking pancakes, wearing helmets, and rubbing baby oil all over himself. But when he wants to get pissed off, he can be equally as scary and equally as good. So, you know, if they ever decide to finally disband New Day or have them go their separate ways, I would really like to see some opportunities for Big E, because he's one of those guys on the roster like a Braun Strowman or a Rusev that I just find so fucking entertaining. But Xavier Woods was the one that was challenged by Sheamus. They did have the match later on. Xavier beat Sheamus with an inside cradle. There was all sorts of distraction and interference going on the outside of the ring because Cesaro was there. So was Big E and Kofi. So when all the dust settled, we saw Xavier Woods pick up the victory there. Now, this is one thing that I do like about the co-branded pay-per-views, is that when you look at the Backlash card, pretty much every match on the card is important. If this was a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, we would probably get The Bar versus the New Day on SmackDown. It's not even for a championship belt. It's a match that we've seen a million times over on Raw. So in one way, the co-branded pay-per-views are a little bit better because we're not having throwaway matches, but at the same time, there is going to be some mid-card talent that is going to suffer and not get pay-per-view exposure because of this new format. But this is one scenario where I'm actually happy because I really don't want to see these guys work on pay-per-view. They can continue this little feud and issue between them on SmackDown. Just do it on SmackDown. No reason to even have a meaningless pay-per-view match between the two, unless it was for, you know, a title shot or was a number one contender match or something like that. Otherwise, I see no reason at all to have the match, aside from some pancake heat that the two teams might have. So I'm still not in total support of the co-branded pay-per-views, but in some scenarios it can work out for the better.